G'day, g'day, g'day. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another set of... Oh, well, it's not really Alliance Wars. We've got a video for Empires and Puzzles. Yay! In this one, we are going to be looking at some brand new content in the game. I'm going to be doing a bit of a playthrough, a talk through, and all that kind of thing. The content is this one here called the War of Three Kingdoms, or Three Kingdoms as we've got there. Essentially, if I can click on it, what it is that it is a 100v100 alliance war kind of thing, where you match up with 100 other people, or 99 other people, and then you fight against another warband of 100 people. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what you're going to do. So you can see just how massive this warboard is with just how many players are on it. So I guess what else is there to say? Oops, that's not the button I wanted. Info button. There we go. So essentially, this is all of the stuff that's going on. Really, what's going on is you, as I said, you as an individual, you're ranked and matched up with 99 other players to form a warband. Each warband is assigned to one of three kingdoms, which you can see here. So you can see the three warbands there. So there is the WEI Kingdom, Shu Kingdom, and Wu Kingdom. I believe I'm attached to the WEI Kingdom. Is my one. So far we're coming second, so not too bad at this stage. Shu Kingdom is out in front at the moment, and it looks like they'll probably stay that way. Your warband that you form as part of 100 members matches up with a warband from an opposing kingdom. So in this case, we have matched up against the Unwavering Badgers in the Wu Kingdom. And they do look like they're probably going to win this one out, just based on having 33 versus 17 flags left, and you can only score like 30 points per flag, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah, that's the real gist of it. It's really massive, actually. The size of the board is actually quite staggering, all things considered, so... what else is there to say about it? I guess it's a global beta. I'll flick over to some other pages at the end of the stream or after I've done some of the hits. But essentially, if I just quickly minimize that and one over, so you can see here, this is the War of Three Kingdoms. It's a forum thread that I've made up. It goes through all of the information about the beta, skirmishing, points, loot, all that kind of thing. So all the information is there. I'll put a link to this thread in the description of the video. And I've also got another thread on the forum, which is a set of feedback polls. So it's a thread for garnering all of the players' feedback to Small Giant Games about the War of Three Kingdoms, getting your thoughts about what some of those, the different aspects of the War of Three Kingdoms, any improvements and suggestions you might have. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff up on there on the forum. Again, I'll add a link to this one in the description of the video. But I will switch quickly back over to the game, and I will hopefully reconnect to it. There we go. Alright, so I may as well just launch straight into these hits, because it is going to be a bit of a weird one, because there's a wide range of defensive tanks available. We've got Elizabeth, Alfred there, Bera over here, a Ludwig, another Lizzie, and a Ludwig. And that looks like that's all of the full teams left alive. So unlike what a lot of people seem to have done, I will do clean my own mess. Probably. I don't actually know if the remaining 26 flags will even come online during the War of Three Kingdoms, so we'll just see how all of that goes. So yeah, let's start ourselves off, I guess. So an Alfric and Pinot tank. I haven't really made any teams because this is a very, how should we say, it's quite different to normal Alliance Wars because of how, I guess, random the defensive team setups are. So we may as well start ourselves off with want to use Poseidon, and who else? Let's go with Leidenbrock. Who else? What's on this team? Third yellow. Let's chuck Norns in. And then let's go with a pair of blues. We've got... I have obviously not built any of these teams yet. So this is all completely off the cusp. But I think Rain can survive. Winston, sorry. Got 7, 6, how does that compare? Yeah, he'll be fine. Let's try him anyway. So we'll put Quinton all the way over there in the wing. And Chuck. What are you doing, dog? But we might hold him off. We'll hold him for one more. Because I have a better use for him, actually. Okay, let's go Ariel. We'll get the 23 here, switch to the 11, 29, 23. Right, let's go with that. Hopefully this works out alright. And you'll watch the lightning speed to cross the board because what they did, and I'm fairly sure on this, is they used the same Warfield animation, as in they've used the same thing, but what they've done is they've made the board twice as large. So the time that it takes to get from you as an attacker to your opponent that you've selected is exactly the same. What's different though is that it's got like twice or three times the distance that it has to cover in that time period. So hence why you fly across the battlefield at supersonic speed. Got Alfie, so that's a good start. Let's get some extra health. Yep. Speed of light. Not too worried at this stage, I don't think. Oops, probably should have used that one instead, but Hey Steve, welcome. Welcome again to Kern. You probably can't see it on stream, but Kern did say hello before I started streaming. What do we got? What's left? We're just about done with this one now. So some interesting things with the, or some notable things really that have happened with the War of Three Kingdoms is there's obviously been a couple quite major issues with the global beta. Most notable of those is that we had 2 server-wide crashes. So we had the first one early in the War of Three Kingdoms, just after they finished with the matchmaking phase. And then they had a second one right near the start of the battle phase. Neither of which were ideal times because it meant that we had no matchmaking, and then because they disabled the serve or the activity again, it meant that we had no what's it called? We lost most of the first day of battling as well. So those are probably the 2 biggest issues. The other thing that really happened with the server crashes was it happened right, or the second set of crashes happened at a similar time to the Alliance Wars that were scheduled and running at the same time. So when the servers crashed, it meant that there was a period of time where some individuals lost some war flags, which is, yeah, really not ideal for them either. Alright, what do we got here? We got Bera, Pino. Such a weird setup. Lizzie in the wing. Let's go with our infinite mana. loop, and we're going to mix things up a bit. We'll put Quinton in there because I think that this is going to be absolutely hilariously game breaking. And Killhair, where's Killhair? Is alright. We'll give the 29 here, put the 23 here. 21, 23 is all good. So one thing that's really interesting with Quinton, and I think he is probably very easily going onto the list of heroes who are absolutely broken. And that's because Quinton has the ability to make an opponent take damage equal to the damage given to all of their allies. Which sounds like an absolute mouthful, but essentially what it means is if I target Bera with Quinton, what it means is that Bera will then take additional damage equal to the damage that I deal to every single one of Bera's allies for the duration of that ailment. And so when you've got a hero like Killhair dealing out lots of damage, the damage output from Quinton will hopefully stack up quite quickly. I've not actually tested this setup out yet, so it's a bit of trial and error at this stage, but I am definitely hopeful about it. Alright, so let's just get everybody Ooh, no, don't. That was the one outcome I didn't want, to be honest, was Costume Krampus charging. Alright. Alphod. We'll just do it anyway. There we go. So we got rid of Costume Krampus. We'll probably... Oh, we don't lose Ludwig. That is impressive. Alright. So let's get Killhair charged. Because it is time for the mayhem to ensue. Still don't lose him. There you go. Alright. Killhair. Ludwig. Sorry. Nolfod. We'll just get rid of that second fiend. Diana, welcome, welcome. Alright, now we got Quinton up, and really just want Quinton and Killhair at the same time. Bye-bye. Just all that extra damage. We'll give you Quinton's elements next. And then now we're going to see what I was hoping for with this strat. And skadoosh. It's so broken and I love it. The other combo that I'm really looking forward to trying out with Quinton is Pengy. So, I don't know if you guys have seen Pengy in attacks where you've got lots of minions, but Pengy can deal out up to like 2k damage in total. So if you manage to get it so that Quinton's got the ailment or 2 or 3 enemies, and then you get Pengy going as well, you can basically give 2,000 to 3,000 damage to like 4 enemies. Which is going to be so absolutely freaking broken, it's not funny. Oh dear. Sometimes you have to wonder if some of the combos got thought out. Like, yeah, that's just so broken. Alright, so we got Lepus, and we'll chuck in a costume Kirill in here. If I can find one, there we go. So, this team is probably noticeable or memorable. It's one of my war teams that I use. And that's because we are facing Nolfod, or Xeno, who is a war tank that I fight fairly often at the moment. So usually this team works pretty well. Oh, warp speed! Provided I can get yellow tiles, of course. No yellow tiles does hinder most teams when you don't get on-color tiles, but we seem to be past that point, at least initially. Somewhat, anyway. Pretty Frig's gonna fire. Not too worried though, because we'll deal out a lot of damage to Lizzie and finish her off. There we go. Not too worried about the fiends appearing, because I will be able to clear their accuracy element, that attack element, using my friend Guardian Gazelle. And then it's just a matter now of finishing the fight. Ooh, those dodges can be quite irritating, because they always seem to dodge the big damage that you're dealing out rather than the moderate mediocre damage. Dancing protects me from most of that. Likewise with the next one. Hopefully, good. Hopefully I don't lose Guardian Gazelle, because then I'd lose all of my mana, and I really dislike that. Alright. Fare thee well, Wolfgang. Alright, not too bad so far. 3 from 3. At this stage, I'm really just picking up the full teams that are left as I see them. I've really got Sam over here as well that I can probably attack. Anti-Lizzie. Who have we got? Let's go with some minions, because minions are hilarious. Who else we got? We got Delight. We got Director Zuri and costume, or just regular Krampus, really. We can chuck Lord Loki in there, because why not? And who's another yellow we can use? Montega. Great, maybe. Rooster? Onatel. I think Onatel's a good option. How's it going with everyone's warbands, by the way? Is everyone coming out A-OK, or a little bit of a struggle, or how's things looking for people? I know with my warband, we're probably not going to come out Tron on top with this one, which sucks, but, you know, I don't know if you can hear. Hey, stop it. Sorry. I have a puppy dog that's found his squeaky ball, and he loves his squeaky ball. 5-1 for you, Kern. Nice. It's not too bad a run, all things considered. Ooh, 50 flags is a lot to make up in a very short amount of time. Well, actually, it's not really that very short. Like, I'm so used to the war timeline, which is finishing in 30 minutes time, whereas this is not like that. We've got a lot more time on our hands. Alright, I'm just going to start breaking this because it's very fun. I think that's I could have used Mother North. Oh well, doesn't matter. Pengy's gonna have fun. Bye bye. So imagine all that damage going to one specific hero, and that's what Quinton can do. Very broken. Anyway, as I was saying, because the timeline of the global beta. Blaze, stop, mate. It's very annoying. Yes, it's very annoying. Come here. Give me that. Drop it. Very annoying. $49 unused, 165. Not bad. That's 5 from 5 as well. Yeah, Pengy is absolutely broken. I really would challenge someone to explain how Penguin isn't broken. Like, he's so powerful. Like, insanely so. But the big difference between Pengy and some of the heroes that got nerfed, Costume Krampus, is that he's not nearly as powerful on defense. He's very powerful in attack when you can control the production of minions. So in that instance, I managed to get a huge amount of minions in a very short period of time there, just from the heroes that I chose to bring along. Whereas in defense, it's not quite so easy to break it. 74 flags, 38. Ouch. Yeah, but in fairness, Anna, there is also a lot of time left. Like, as I was saying, like, I'm used to the war timeline, which would have this war finishing in 30 minutes. But because they scheduled the global beta to be quite late, it's not actually finishing for another 3.5 hours, which gives quite a lot of time, actually, to use those remaining flags. So you can see ours is dropping off with me. But 3 hours is plenty of time still for people to make use of their flags. Which of these two do I not want to... I don't want to attack that. That looks nasty, so we're not going to attack it. 187. Yeah, that sounds about right. On our war battlefield, I believe the highest available score is 31. Yeah, so 186 is about as high as we can get with ours. And that's, yeah, picking up 31, 31, 31, 31. As it stands at the moment, what am I? I've got 30, 31, 31, 31. So I'll probably get about 183, 184 if I manage to go 5 from 5, or 6 from 6, sorry. But yeah, they've got very low amount of points available, actually. It's quite disappointing almost how low the points are. G'day, Mr. JD. JD for Jack Daniels, that is. Not a bad spirit. What am I attacking? Elizabeth. Why am I attacking Elizabeth? I don't want to attack Lizzie. Let's go with a lot of ninjas then. Hopefully this works out. Who's next to her? For now. Oh. So we'll go with BK then. Bring him out to play and run for pirates indeed. Ariel. I've still got one of them. There we go. Alright, 29s are not in the right spots. We'll do that. 29, 23, 29, 23. Alright, let's go with that. Sorry. Laughing because if you could see, if I had a webcam and you could see this, I've got my dog who is a border collie, just to put that out there. I stole his squeaky ball because it was very annoying. But what he's done now is he's decided to fixate on it. So he's sitting right next to me, staring at his squeaky ball, which is out of reach, and he's a very good boy, and he won't touch the ball unless I give it to him. But he's just going to stare at it. You're a dork, you know, mate. You are a dork. He doesn't think he's a dork, just saying. Alright, I need some red tiles just to get this other setup going. Alright, that was very, very fortunate timing because we're about to get hit by Lizzie and also by... How do we get that kill? Oh, it's on Elizabeth. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, I don't know how we're killing Magnum. Alright. Rain, you can take some damage, and I misfired those two. And then... What's that about cleansing away that? Bit by bit. This is going quite well. I almost like War of Three Kingdoms. Go on, off you go. I said almost like it. No, not in here. Go on, off you go. Stupid dog. No. Go away. Ah, there we go. I did throw the ball for him. And he's just sitting here looking at me wanting to squeak it. Oh no! Ed! Oh man! No, I don't want to fight this last team. Look at it. It looks very unappealing. Okay. We could do it. So we're going to use Black Knight again. Because... See, Anna? Look what you did. This is all on you, Anna. Oi! Cut it out. Chuck Ferrant in there. Let's use green. So we'll go Toxie and Cornell and Eve. Okay. You're fine. So we'll give 23 here, keep the 29 there, and the 11. Switch those around. Do you want to switch them around? Do I want Ferrant? Yeah, I want Ferrant because then I've got Cornell. Okay, we'll do that. Hope for some flags or some tiles. Gets me every time. I love it. Alright, grab some red tiles and just going to try to find some nice greenies. Ooh, yep, okay. Oh, good. Very good. Nice. I like that. That is a good. And we'll get Ferrant and BK up and running, just so that we've got that damage and that taunt and that delightful charge cutting going as well. Put some damage onto... Oh, no, never mind. We will get rid of Hengi. And now... get rid of the taunt, hopefully. Yep, there we go. And drop a hammer on Cornell. Sorry. I'm going to use Cornell to drop a hammer on Prof. Leidenbrock. And now we just need to see off Octros. We almost got him. Him being Professor Leidenbrock, that is. Alright. We can trigger him. What you got for me, Octros? Eat riposte. Oh man. He's a 4-star hero and he just one-shot Octros. Oh man, that's so broken. It's so silly. I love it. Alright, so there we go. So we weren't going to get top score by any stretch because of there not being many 31s left. But we did get some pretty nice boards, I'm going to be honest. There were some absolutely delightful boards in there. Particularly that last one, actually. So there's me there, number 11. I think that makes us... what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. 6th in the Lucky Gorillas, which makes me above 6 of the others. So, yeah, that's pretty much how things are looking for me in the War of Three Kingdoms. Ed's come on using his flags. We do have... that I've seen, there might be more of them, but there is one 7 Days Hunting player on the opposing team, which is Yeshua Talmida. And that's pretty much all I've been able to spot on the opposing team of the Hunters. I haven't spotted any on my team either, other than myself, obviously. But it's a real mix of different alliances that are in here, which, yeah, I don't know. I think... my personal take on it all is that I don't mind the concept of the War of Three Kingdoms. I think that overall it is quite a different and, I don't know, I guess fun-ish, unique-ish kind of gameplay. I think the fights themselves are, like, I think they're a little bit easy almost, given that in this time around anyway, there was absolutely no coordination on the defensive tanks. Like, you can look on our side and there's, like, reds and purples and blues in here, and then there's suboptimal reds, and you've got more purples, you've got random purples, you've got healers, you've got Elizabeths, you've got, what else is there? More healers. It's just such an absolute mix of defensive tanks. There's greens in there, there's a couple. I don't think I've seen any yellow tank. Oh no, never mind, there's one right there above it on Professor Light. Like, it's just so random that the lack of coordination made the attacking side of things, like, for me, quite easy, because I could vary my teams and, like, just look at different hero combinations, and you can see I've got a lot of roster depth, so I've still got quite a number of options. Whereas if you could coordinate that, it does draw down the number of options and teams and heroes you can use. So I think that's one thing which is not ideal about the War of Three Kingdoms, is that there's no way of really coordinating with 100 random people. The other main downside that I've seen is that there's quite a mix of languages in there. So in this case, like you've got a lot of Russian language, and then there's a lot of English, and that's pretty much all we've got that's chatted. Um, like you can see, that's pretty much all of the chat for 100 people. So it's quite small, the amount of chat that's even going on, let alone chat that you can read. So I think some of the improvements that I personally would like to see on War of Three Kingdoms is I'd like it to be less random based. I'd like you to either face off against or play with players that you know, because that's where a lot of the fun and enjoyment in alliance wars and such comes, is from playing with your ally mates and then also bashing people that you kind of know as well. That's kind of like the peak level fun in alliance wars. I'd also like to see the chat a lot better, either automatic translate so I can understand what these people say, because there's no way of copying that. I can't translate what Orion there has said, but it would be nice to know what Orion has said. So I'd like for chat to either be automatically translated, or there be some way that you only match and get paired with members that are speaking the same base language as you. So whether that's in this instance, because I have my game, where's options? So I have my game set to English as the language. So whether you only match and pair with people that speak the same language as you or have the same default language, I think that's probably one way of sorting out that problem. Oops, wrong one. Alternatively, one suggestion that I've seen, which is actually I can go to it, but I won't. Yeah, that's one that I've seen a lot, Steve, which is to put essentially 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever alliances it is that it needs to be together, so that you end up with the same number of team or players on both teams, but they're all from a common base. So in this case, if it was 7 Days Hunting paired with 7 Days Emerge paired with, I don't know, Legends of the North, for example, that's really easy to coordinate because you've got 3 blocks of people that already know and communicate with each other. So then it's just a case of making those 3 blocks talk to each other, which you can do quite easily if you've got Line or Discord or something like that. Whereas what we've got at the moment is you've got a chat that you can only access from the battlefield, specifically on the battlefield. I can't access this chat from anywhere else. It's a chat which is completely unsorted. You can't tell who's saying what half the time because there's no languages. So yeah, those I think are 2 of the main things that I'd like to see improved. Is 1, the languages, and then 2, I'd like to play more with my ally mates, and then also potentially introducing some more, like some battle effects. I've seen a couple cool suggestions on the forum, so please feel free. I will say actually now, because I may as well wrap most of this up now on this one, and switch back over to here. So I will say, please do, if you've got any thoughts, any feedback, anything at all about the War of Three Kingdoms, if you've got suggestions, if you've got ideas on how you think it could be better, please do jump into the description of this video and go to this link, the one with the feedback polls. This is the one I think that the staff are going to read the most, because it is the most streamlined set of suggestions back to the developers. Mainly that's because I've put a 24-hour slow mode on this thread, so you can only reply once per thing. So there's a lot of really good suggestions that are already on there. I've tried to share this thread around as much as I can, so please do share this link around to all your ally mates. The more people that chime in, give their suggestions, more people that vote in some of these polls, the more likely we are to actually see changes made to the whole what's the word for it? War of Three Kingdoms. So yeah, as I said, please do jump into the description, click on the link, go to the thing. You will need to create a forum account in order to vote and to make a comment and a reply, but it's completely free, completely easy, completely anonymous. So there's no real barrier to that. But as I said, please do jump up here, give your feedback. As I said, the one which I've seen pop up a lot is this idea of pairing 3 alliances together. It did pop up in the beta testing phase of things. So if there is an idea you like, swing it a like. But yeah, absolutely, please do share your thoughts, your feedback, and all that kind of thing on the War of Three Kingdoms. Small Giant Games have said they are keen to hear people's thoughts on it, and they are open to suggestions and open to making changes. but they can't really make those suggestions and make those changes if they don't know about what people are wanting. So yeah, that's really all I've got on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm keen to hear thoughts and feelings and whatever about the War of Three Kingdoms. So you can jump into the description of this video. Let me know how you guys went with your War of Three Kingdoms. I'll post in a pinned comment how my loot goes. I'm sure it's going to be horrendous because the devs have said that the loot is only going to be placeholder loot. It's not actually going to be the proper loot that's going on. So, yeah, as I said, please do let me know your thoughts. And absolutely, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like and subscribe button on this video. I do appreciate any of that help that you can give. Share it around, show your mates. As I said, though, the most important thing from me at this stage is to head over to the forum, leave your thoughts, give some comments, vote in the polls for the feedback there, because, yeah, that is probably going to be the most simplistic and comprehensive way that Small Giant Games can get feedback from their player base based on this feature. So, yeah, that's really all I've got, though, so I will catch you guys all in the next video. Probably going to be some Alliance War hits, maybe some tournament hits, but yeah, we'll see how things are going. But until then, please do stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the game. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!